Howdy everybody, Sam Goodman, the Hop Nerd. Welcome to episode 4 of the Safety Sucks vlog. Can you believe it? We're finally here at episode 4. I am so excited that these things are moving right along. You seem to be enjoying them. I've got a ton of feedback from you. Keep that coming in. Keep that rolling in. Make sure you let me know who you want to see on the podcast, who you want to see me maybe include in the vlog. I've been kind of talking about that with some folks too, about maybe doing some little side video projects to include here in the Safety Sucks vlog. I hope things are going absolutely well for you. I hope that things are going marvelously wherever you find yourself in this big, wild, and wonky world. Let's get today started. Intent matters, and I won't paint all of us safety professionals in this category because that would just be wildly untrue. But there is a certain kind of portion of safety professionals that like to sit kind of up on their moral high horse, kind of virtue signaling to the rest of the organization about, you know, how much more safety, how much more I care about safety than the rest of you. That's why I'm in this now Christ-like kind of position as the grand knower of safety things. Howdy everybody, Sam Goodman, the Hot Nerd, coming to you from the sunny and the beautiful, well, it's kind of rainy, it's kind of dreary, it's kind of nasty outside, it's kind of cold. I was driving in this morning, and for Phoenix, it was kind of cold. It was like 48 degrees and raining. So the normally sunny and beautiful downtown Phoenix, Arizona, here in the Pale Horse Media Co. studios, the home of the safety anarchists, the safety misfits, the safety anti-heroes, the safety others. Welcome and thank you for continuing to join us for these really super fun little vlogs. I'm really having fun with this, or I'm trying to. I didn't think that this would be as addicting as it is to start tinkering in video. I've avoided this for a really, really long time, and plus I've just been super duper busy with other stuff. As you know, Safety Sucks the Manifesto comes out in May, so I'm working on that, but it's pretty much wrapped up. It's pretty much there, right? And you know, with everything going on with the podcast and everything else, I just never really took time to jump into the world of vlogging, and it's kind of sort of fun. I hope that I'm getting kind of better at this as compared to the first 3. This is number 4, so hopefully the quality is getting a little bit better. They're getting a little bit more enjoyable. A lot of you have contacted me telling me how much you like these, so I'll just ask you to keep that up. And if you know of anybody that you want to see on the podcast, or you know of anyone that I should feature on this vlog, let me know. Sam@thehotnerd.com. So I was at the gym the other night, and I was doing some squats. I was doing some squats. I've been hanging around weightlifting and powerlifting for a really long time, and it got me thinking down this path of capacity and planning for things to not necessarily go the way that we think that they're going to go. So most of you out there are probably familiar with like the big kind of power cage rack systems that you use in squatting, and these squat racks have these safety pins, right, that are built in to the rack. And I can't tell you how many times that I've seen people lift pretty decent amounts of weight without those safety pins in place. And this isn't going to be like some safety dude talk that's saying you should put those pins in because you could get hurt. It's not that kind of discussion. But it's this: when we put the pins in, we're planning to drop the weight. Even if we're at Ed Coan level strength and power, there's a nice obscure powerlifting reference for you, but Ed Coan, the GOAT of powerlifting, in my opinion. If we're at those levels, most people still put those pins in. And the reason behind that is this: we know that no matter how strong we are, things are unpredictable. We know that our body still has a potential for failure. A knee can cave. A back can tighten up or blow out. A knee can just blow out. Right? A bar might slip. And it's not if it's ever going to happen. The question is a matter of when. As you pursue amazing feats of strength, as you pursue greatness, failure is going to occur. Now, especially when you're dealing with 500, 600, 700 pounds of pure weight, pure iron on your back, that's a really bad place to fail without a little bit of margin. So having those pins in place allows you to set that weight down, at least a little more gracefully than trying to just off your back onto the floor. The pins are there to allow you to crumble under that weight. Set it on the pins without the weight crushing down on top of you. Even though we do all the super important preventative stuff that we know is valuable, stuff that we know that we should continue to do, even though we wrap our knees, we put on our weightlifting belt, we pull it tight, we cinch it tight, we chalk up our back to keep the bar from slipping, we chalk up our hands to keep our hands from slipping, even though at an individual level, our technique is on point. Our breathing is right. We're breathing into our weight belt. We're bracing our core. And we know in our mind that we can lift that 500, 600, 700, I don't know, maybe 800 pound weight. We know that we can do it. With all of that great stuff in place, we still plan to drop the weight. We understand the consequences of not planning for failure in that particular case. We understand what the result of dropping that amount of weight on your neck will be. We buy into this idea of living to lift another day. Things like safety pins on power racks, airbags, seat belts, crumple zones in cars. These things, we didn't invent them because we assumed people just would never fail. If we continue down that path of assumptions that, well, we just need to stop people from failing, these things would never really exist. They exist because we assume for failure. We know that failure is always a very real possibility, and it's not a matter of if we're going to fail, it's always a matter of when. We still understand and accept the importance of prevention and know-how and technique, but we also begin to understand that all of those things break down and fail. They degrade and they all fail at some point. And when those stars do align, a really bad place for that to happen is when you have 600 pounds of iron on your back or you're barreling down the interstate at 80 miles an hour. So rather than an over-focus on prevention or a sole focus on prevention, we go down this path of assuming and planning for failure. We decide that a much better idea is to choose to lift another day, to choose to work another day. We decide that our mission shouldn't be to try to prevent every single bad thing from happening. We never will be successful in that mission. A better mission is to understand that we live in a crazy and chaotic, failure-filled world, and we're probably never going to change that. A better mission is choosing to go down the path of planning for failure, to make sure when that failure happens, we have the ability to survive it and walk away from it as unscathed as possible. Well, what did you think about it? I hope you enjoyed it. It's a really important conversation that we have to have. You know, in our world, we get so bent up around the axle about prevention. You know, and prevention is good. Prevention is great. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of really cool things that have come about because of our focus on trying to prevent bad things to happen to begin with. But an over-focus on prevention, or in many cases in the organizations that we serve or as safety professionals, a sole focus on prevention, and let's couple this with predicting and preventing, can cause harm, right? It leads us down this path of losing sight on the fact that bad stuff is going to happen. And a big part of our job in our high-risk, crazy, wonky, chaotic worlds is not just in trying to prevent all bad things from happening, but it's in this space of understanding that bad things are going to happen, and when they do, we have to make sure that people don't die. We have to make sure that people can walk away from it, hopefully with all their fingers, toes, arms, eyes, etc. It's a conversation we've got to have. I know it's a painful conversation, but it's something that we need to continue focusing on. With all of that being said, I've got to jump in and do some safety professional stuff today. I've got my gigantic monitors over here behind me, all my emails and YouTube. Email on one side, YouTube on the other. That's how life works, right? We know that. That's the whole purpose of having dual monitors, is so you can watch stuff on one and work on the other. I see you. Yes, trust me. I know how this goes. But here we go. Back to work. Well, I was going to continue working, and then it hit me that I had something more important to do today. I had to go pick up somebody from school. super duper important. Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello, howdy, hi everybody.
Hello. I need to get some.
So yeah, I had to do that. I'm back home. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. I'm going to relax. So unlike me, right? To relax for a few minutes. But I'm still gonna do a little bit of work, right?
Yeah, but I want to tell them something.
Yeah, go
At
on.
school, I play this game called Power Girls, and I have singing powers. And my friend Rosalie, she gave us all these bracelets, and we call them power bracelets. We pretend that we have keys in them, and all these things are buttons for the powers. And all these middle ones, like in the middle, all these, those are all the special ones. So those have to go in the charger. This is the charger. It's on it right now. You have to put it in the very end. Then I put it on a rhino. Then you have to put these in the same order as the ears. And then you go like this. And then you can put stuff in the bottom. Like something that's not that heavy. That fits in the bottom.
Things have been like insanely busy, but like in the best possible way, with everything going on with the new book, everything going on with the podcast. You kind of see me running around doing all this kind of like crazy man stuff, just trying to keep up with it all. But that's actually a super duper good thing. It's a good thing, right? It's awesome that we've got so much going on here. But as I kind of mentioned in one of the last vlogs, I think like the last vlog, about how important it is to get some downtime, and that's what I'm doing today. It's middle of the week. I'm taking some time, an early day. Some days go, it seems, till like 5, 6 p.m. at night. But here I am, hanging out with my bestest friend in the entire world, Avery May Goodman, playing with a toaster timer. Let me see it. Let me. She's obsessed. Look at this. Toaster timer. Hold on. Pretty neat. What are we doing today? What do we got going on? We got to clean your room. We got Avery chores. We've got to get ready. We got to go outside. We got dogs. So, you know, I got to poop scoop the yard. And then we get to go to the gym. Get down off of there. I'm a safety person. Here she's climbing on the counters. So we're going to the gym. We're doing all that kind of sort of fun stuff. We're going to just spend some time, right? Avery got out of school early today. That's kind of fun. So she has like these early release days. I don't know, it seems like it's every other day. I don't think kids go to school as long as we used to go to school. I'm just saying. But that's all I've got for today. I'm still busy. Personal life stuff seems just as busy as work stuff, but it's all good. You know me, I like to run around like a madman. I like to run around like a chicken with my head cut off, right? It's an absolute blast for me. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go do family stuff. We're gonna go to the gym. We're gonna do all that kind of sort of stuff. It's going to be awesome, amazing, epic, insert whatever really cool word here that we want to use for that. But we're gonna go do all that kind of sort of stuff. You have anything you want to say, Avery?
Puppies or duckies? Which one do you pick?
Puppies or duckies? So let me know down in the comments, are you a puppies person or are you a duckies person? Answering super serious safety questions here. You know how we do here at the Hop Nerd. That's all I've got. Sam Goodman, the Hop Nerd, signing off. Bye everybody, bye.